Welcome. It is my pleasure to welcome each of you to the NUNM Commencement and Graduation Ceremony. The commencement activities will begin shortly, and to ensure that everything runs smoothly, we will need your cooperation with a few things. If you are holding seats, please release them at this time. We will be beginning shortly. Photographs may be taken from your seats or the aisle. Fire codes prohibit individuals from stopping for more than a few moments in aisles. Also, please do not move to the area in front of the stage, as this will block the route for graduates returning to their seats. Electronic devices that make noise, such as cell phones, must be silenced at this time. If you need to take a phone call, we ask that you please step out into the foyer so that we may honor our graduates with the attention they deserve. Today's ceremony is projected to be about 2 hours long. Please know that we have speakers projecting the ceremony into the foyer just past those doors. If you need to step out, you will still be able to hear the ceremony and can step back into the ballroom when it is time to see your graduate walk across the stage. At the end of the ceremony, we ask that you please remain in your rows until the graduates, faculty, and platform party have all fully exited the room. This is essential to properly closing today's ceremony. Thereafter, our graduates will be awaiting you in the foyer and the adjacent convention center. In a few minutes, you will hear the processional begin. We ask that you please remain seated as the academic and clinical faculty members of NUNM enter. After the faculty has taken the podium, we will ask you to stand and welcome the graduating class as they enter the hall. We need your cooperation to keep the center aisle clear when the processional is both entering and exiting the auditorium.
We take this moment to recognize the generations of Native communities who have stewarded this land, who have been holders of medicine and creators of traditions we actively utilize in our educational and medical practices today. The National University of Natural Medicine and the larger Portland metropolitan area rests on the land of the Multnomah, Wasco, Cowlitz, Clathlemet, Clackamas, bands of the Chinook, Tualatin Kalapuya, Malala, and many other tribes who have made their homes along the Weemal and the Willamette, now known as the Columbia and Willamette Rivers. Today, Portland's Native communities are 70,000 strong, descended from more than 380 tribes, both local and distant. We are grateful to be on these lands and for the people who stewarded them. It is now our honor and great pleasure to introduce to you the National University of Natural Medicine Class of 2024. If you are able, please stand in body or in spirit. Family and friends, esteemed faculty, honored guests, and the exceptional graduating class of 2024. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you to the National University of Natural Medicine Commencement Ceremony. You may now be seated. My name is Dr. Carrie Baldwin Sayer. I am a 2004 graduate of the Naturopathic Medicine program. I serve NUNM as Associate Vice President of Advancement and Community Engagement, and I'm honored to be your host for commencement this afternoon. Today, we gather to celebrate the remarkable achievements of our graduates, who have dedicated years to mastering the principles of natural medicine and health. As we come together in this momentous occasion, let us recognize the hard work, perseverance, and passion that have brought each graduate to this milestone. This ceremony is not just a culmination of their academic journey, but also the beginning of a new chapter filled with promise, potential, and purpose. To our graduates, this is your day. You have shown exceptional dedication and commitment to the pursuit of knowledge and the art of healing. We are immensely proud of you and excited to see the positive impact you're going to make on the world. We do ask that everyone please remain seated throughout the entire ceremony, honoring all of our graduates for their achievements. Thank you all for joining us in celebrating the class of 2024. Congratulations to all, and let us begin the ceremony. First, I would like to invite Dr. Heather Zwicky to the podium to deliver our invocation.
Grace and peace to you all on this celebratory day. We offer today's invocation in recognition of the many paths our graduates have taken to get to this place and time. We pause in gratitude to thank God, Spirit, nature, the universe, for bringing us together to bless these graduates as they move beyond NUNM to pursue their dreams. We are grateful for the knowledge and wisdom that we have gained at NUNM so that we can live even more fully in the world with compassion and love for others and ourselves. We have forged deep friendships, experienced joy, sorrow, creativity, and challenges. We've learned to respect the diversity of humankind and to be mindful that true success is born of meaningful relationships and a community that embraces peace and justice. Throughout this journey, we've been supported by our friends, our families, and loved ones who have joined us on this journey. Forever bound together by a passion for justice, altruism, and most importantly, health, today we celebrate our commitment to creating a better world. I invite you to open your hearts and enjoy the energy and love today as we proceed through commencement. Blessed be.
The graduating class has chosen 3 students to represent them at this commencement ceremony as the all-student, clinical programs, and equity and inclusion student speakers. This year, the class has selected Sarah B. Danko as their speaker representing all students. Please welcome Sarah to the stage.
I am so honored and grateful to stand here today among our esteemed faculty, the NUNM community, and proud parents, friends, and family members to share in the celebration of the 2024 graduates. Reflecting on the journey that has led us to graduation, whether you've been on this path for 2 years or, like myself, in the naturopathic and Chinese medicine programs, 6 years, has reminded me of the incredible individuals I have had the privilege of meeting. I have met some of the most gracious, smart, and caring people who came to NUNM to make a difference for themselves and their communities. Through working in the library and being in student government, I have witnessed firsthand the dedication, compassion, and drive that defines our community. All of us have embarked on this journey with a shared commitment to making a difference, not only in our own lives, but in the lives of others. One of the many benefits to being a full-time student for 6 years, and believe me, there are many, is that I have been able to have countless conversations with my peers. I have heard people's dreams, business plans, and hopes for the future. I have been so inspired by the depth of your aspirations and the sincerity of your intentions. Whether your dream is to start a practice, a vision to transform healthcare, or find a creative way to serve people in need, your resolute dedication to others is truly commendable. Today marks the culmination of years of hard work, perseverance, resilience, and making it through a global pandemic. Your tenacity and dedication to yourselves and your dreams is a testament to your strong character and your steadfast commitment. As you stand on the threshold of a new chapter in your life, I invite you to embrace the limitless possibilities that lie ahead. We are prepared for this next step with our knowledge, skills, and compassion, and we are ready to make a meaningful impact on the world around us. Before I wrap this up and let us get on with our ceremony, I want to take a moment to express my heartfelt gratitude to the faculty and staff that make up the backbone of our community. You have supported us throughout our journey, and your dedication and mentorship have been invaluable. Thank you for your unwavering support. To my fellow naturopathic, Chinese medicine, nutrition, research, and global health graduates, I invite you to reflect on the journey that has led you here and take pride in your accomplishments. Celebrate the remarkable people you have become. I am so thrilled for what the future holds for us. It will be amazing, and we have earned it. The future is bright, and the possibilities are endless. Congratulations to us all, class of 2024.
Next, we welcome Tia Justice Hernandez as this year's Clinical Programs student speaker. Please welcome Tia to the stage.
Hello, fellow graduates and guests. I just want to start by offering some heartfelt gratitude to all the friends, family, partners, and any other supporter that's here today and has stood by us through this incredible journey. Embarking on a path of several years in education, especially in a field as rigorous and demanding as this, comes with many challenges and tries you in a multitude of ways. So every little bit of support is transformative and undoubtedly plays a role in us all standing here today. I think for a lot of us, today brings a sort of paradox of emotions. Fear and excitement intermingle, and we may ponder our competence, our capability, our readiness. But that same determination and perseverance has laid the foundation for us to be the best practitioners we can be. And I think we just really have to trust in that in this moment. After we've all fried our adrenals for the last however many years, and we'll soon be back hard at work again, I really want to encourage everyone to really take time to soak in this accomplishment and take time for self-care. Go read that book you feel like you didn't have time to read during school. Spend a day at the beach. Spend a day or two doing absolutely nothing. In our field, making time for self-care, no matter how much we recommend it, is really difficult to do. And remember that not only do you deserve the rest and self-care, but embracing that will make you a better provider. Dr. Donald Berwick's words resonate really well here. He says, "Those who suffer need you to be something more than a doctor. They need you to be a healer. And to become a healer, you have to do something even more difficult than putting your white coat on. You have to take your white coat off. You have to recover, embrace, and treasure your shared frail humanity." As we embark into the next chapter of our lives, I want to share a piece of advice that I think a lot of my fellow graduates have heard from me before, and that's to be delusional. Be delusional in the goals you set for yourself and the limits you place on your potential and what you're capable of. So often, the limits placed on our potential are done so first by our own self-doubt. What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? What if it turned out better than you ever imagined? So often, in the pursuit of something extraordinary is when we discover our true potential. You are all capable of much more than you realize. My fellow graduates, the future of healthcare lies in our hands, so be bold, be fearless, be delusional in your dreams. The world is eagerly awaiting the impact all of us is destined to make. Thank you.
Thank you, Tia. Our graduating class has selected one of their peers to speak on issues of diversity, equity, inclusion, belonging, and justice. Nominees were expected to show a commitment to NUNM's mission and values, a commitment to accessible practice, and a commitment to improving the lives of people from historically marginalized groups. The graduates have selected Yolanda Marie Fernandez Soltero as this year's Equity and Inclusion Commencement Speaker. Please welcome Yolanda to the stage.
Hi, everyone. Before I start my speech, I'm just going to share with you all that when we pursue an academic degree at NUNM, we also learn about astrology. So I'm just going to say this for the NUNMers. I'm a Cancer moon, so you understand what that means. But for all of you who don't know what that means, like me, it means I'm probably going to get emotional and cry, so feel free to join me. Beloved friends and family, esteemed faculty, honored guests, and most importantly, the resilient individuals that comprise the graduating class of 2024 from National University of Natural Medicine. Today, as we come together to commemorate the remarkable achievements we've attained, it's essential to reflect on the diverse paths we've all traveled and the obstacles we've had to conquer to reach this momentous milestone. Each of us has navigated a distinct journey, facing our own unique trials and triumphs along the way. Despite the differences in our experiences, most of our paths have converged at some point of this journey, leaving a lasting mark on each other's lives. It's crucial to acknowledge that diversity, equity, inclusion, belonging, and justice have shaped our collective journey, underscoring the significance of these principles as we step into our roles as future physicians, nutritionists, researchers, and contributors to society. Our time at NUNM has been more than just an academic pursuit. It has been a transformative journey of self-discovery, empathy, and advocacy. We have delved into the intricacies of the human body, learning not only how to heal, but also how to listen, how to truly hear the stories and experiences of our patients, to be able to sit with them and hold a safe space for each one. Yet, in these tumultuous times, as we stand on the threshold of our careers, we are acutely aware of the disparities that exist within our world and our healthcare system. We understand that access to care is not equitable, that gender, cultural, and racial differences consistently impact health outcomes, and that biases and discrimination frequently undermine the patient-physician relationship. As I tried to find a quote to explain how I feel about the importance of fighting for social justice, I came across the words of the American philosopher Cornel West, Justice is what love looks like in public. I thought it was a beautiful and great way to shortly say that when we stop caring about justice, we also stop loving those around us. As future practitioners, we are called to embody this love, to be able to champion the cause of justice, to stand in solidarity with those marginalized, and to advocate for the health and well-being of all individuals, because health care is a human right, not a privilege. This journey towards justice begins with ourselves. It requires us to confront our own biases, to acknowledge the great privilege that we carry, and to commit ourselves to lifelong learning and growth, because when we know better, we do better. It demands us to learn to sit with discomfort, to impart curiosity and respect when we cross paths with others, understanding as a baseline that we might never fully understand what our peers or patients have been through. It requires us to have the humility, empathy, and a willingness to truly listen to the voices of those who have been silenced. As we embark on this next chapter of our professional lives, let us carry with us these values of social justice and DEIB work that have guided us this far. Let us accept the daily challenge of approaching our work with compassion, cultural humility, and a fierce determination to dismantle systemic barriers and health disparities. Let us be agents of change in our community, wherever your road takes you, advocating for programs that promote equity, fostering inclusivity in our clinics and workspaces, providing safe space where healing can actually begin to happen, and building the trust with those we serve to be able to accomplish these things. Let us never forget the profound impact we can have in our microcosms as agents of change, whether it be as nutritionists, researchers, physicians, not only in the lives of our patients, but also in the broader spectrum of this world with everything regarding equity and justice. In the great words of the Honorable Puerto Rican, Roberto Clemente, anytime you have an opportunity to make a difference in this world and you don't, you are wasting your time on earth. Congratulations, class of 2024. The world desperately needs that transformative power that you can bring to change. Together in a world filled with injustice, let us be the change we desperately need to see. Let us be examples of hope, healing, and social justice. Congratulations, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Yolanda. It is now my pleasure to introduce Adina Matasaru, NUNM board member and past chairperson of the board.
Thank you, Dr. Baldwin-Sayer. Good afternoon, graduates, family, friends, and colleagues. Our beloved president, Dr. Melanie Hendrickson, wishes deeply she could be with us today. But it's truly my honor to stand in her place and celebrate with you the accomplishments of this incredible group of individuals. Let me be one of many today to wish you a heartfelt congratulations. Looking across the room, I know the future of our healthcare is bright. It is my great honor to introduce Dr. Jillian Stansbury as our keynote for the afternoon. Dr. Stansberry has taught at NUNM for over 20 years, including botanical materia medica, classes focusing on herbs of the northwestern United States, and advanced botanical therapies. She's the author of several books, is a frequent contributor to professional journals and other publications, and also serves on editorial boards of several journals. She has a strong interest in ethnobotany and is working with universities in Peru to develop clinical and research relationships for projects in botanical medicine. Dr. Stansberry, thank you.
Hopefully my speech is up here too. Yeah, I don't see my speech.
It said in here that you were bringing your own speech. Very sorry. Be comfortable, sort of off the cuff.
No.
Well, we can. Would you like to wish them congratulations and say that there's, and I can say that there's been a little misunderstanding?
This is awkward.
I'm very sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. I was told my speech would be provided for me here, and I worked very hard on it. I will try to do just a little something, but I don't think it will be quite what I had prepared. Well, thank you so much for having me, for one. And as I retire, I know that I haven't gotten to meet so many of you personally as I have students over previous decades. And I hope that we might meet in a professional capacity at conferences and other venues throughout your career. My prepared ideas were to wish you well based on my grounding in the natural plant world. As some of you know, I've been studying ethnobotany in South America for many decades now. Ethnobotany, if you're not familiar with the term, is the study of how people relate to plants in the natural world around them. And of course, my focus is medicinal plants. However, it includes plants used as textiles and dyes and what people use to make rope and cordage and roofing material, plants for even spiritual and religious rites, and everything about the way people in a certain culture relate to the world and the plants around them. And of course, my interest is medicinal primarily, but because Peru, my chosen country where I've been taking the deep dive, just sort of oozes spiritual connection with the natural world around them, I've learned a lot about Amazonian and Incan cosmology, how people think in a different way. And I appreciated some of the intros acknowledging native lands, because certainly in Incan philosophy and Amazonian philosophy, the land is a spiritual being. It's an entity and not just something that is your resource. And we don't regard medicinal plants as our resources, but rather as our teachers, plants as teachers and alive beings. In fact, they have the term apu, and apu is the word for a spiritual guide. An apu is a word for something like a mountain or a river, which is a real entity or a real being in one sort or another. Is somebody bringing me my speech, perhaps? Woo-hoo. Well, that was awkward. All right, now I'm raring to go. You'll hear a little bit of a repeat on the term APU and ethnobotany, but I was more thoughtful, I think, with the words I prepared. So what words, in fact, could possibly be worthy or have the gravitas befitting of this auspicious occasion? I can share my sincere excitement for the careers you all are about to embark on. I can attempt to inspire joyful anticipation for the real work that now begins to create a business and a practice. I can try to entertain you with tales of my own journey and give you practical pearls of wisdom that I have learned along the way. Today, I'll try to do a little of all of that. I probably won't be terribly funny, though. When I first started lecturing around the country, one annual conference was an herbal event in the Phoenix area where my Iowan grandmother was a longtime snowbird. She lived to the ripe age of 103, but in the 1990s was a spry 85-year-old driving her enormous Buick to country clubs to golf. I would invite her to lunch and to hear me teach at this annual conference, where she would wait in the sidelines for me to finish talking to the attendees after my lecture. Never one to be overly generous with compliments, just to be supportive or kind. The first words out of her mouth were always, "You could tell a few jokes." Some 30 years later, I miss her dearly, but I still haven't learned to tell any pre-planned jokes. The advice didn't really fit me. Advice from others can be like autumn leaves falling at your feet, perhaps beautiful or perhaps an unwanted nuisance that you must sweep away in order to see your own path more clearly. But I do know with certainty that doing what you love is one aspect of a happy life, and that is why one sparkling droplet of advice. Like the shy pulsatilla flower, who shows her stunning beauty only to the fleeting April sunshine it loves, you will blossom when you find what brings you joy. Like many of us who find our way into natural medicine, we are deeply aligned with nature. Not just that we enjoy being outside or hiking or environmentally minded. For most of us, this alignment is akin to a spiritual path, a calling, and a deep conviction that natural medicine is a righteous road and a path with a heart. I didn't know that naturopathic medicine even existed until I was a senior in college and considering my next step. I knew that I wanted to continue in higher education and was exploring possible further degrees in medical technology, public health, or medicine. I was flipping through a book of allied health professions in the university library and was truly startled to learn of the existence of naturopathic medicine. There in the book stacks, I had a mini epiphany, complete with a rush of adrenaline and a flash of enlightenment. A seed was planted, germination was instantaneous, and the first tiny leaves unfurled right there, surrounded by the ancient tomes of academic knowledge. Still feeling enthralled, I rustled through the leaves of the campus walkways, and a plant-filled trail has ushered me through my professional career ever since. I enrolled just a few months later into NUNM, found a rural home in Southwest Washington, started a garden, and botanical medicine was my favorite class. Like a helical jungle vine spiraling around my ankle, the plants have tethered my intellect to learn ever more and my spirit to go ever farther. I dove deep into the fecund treasure trove of plant-based medicine and ended up teaching botanical medicine courses myself for many decades. I am presently celebrating the 35th anniversary of my clinic that I started as a wee 20-something. I have loved plants, the standing green nation, and they have loved me back. I enjoy regarding our plant brethren as the standing green nation because it acknowledges that they are living beings, our allies, and not just our resources. I wish for each of you that your love of medicine, or that delivering babies, conducting clinical trials, or whatever you are into brings you joy, and that joy will reveal your path to fulfilling and hopefully a lucrative career. One of the most satisfying aspects of my professional career has been the ethnobotany work that I have been doing in South America. Ethnobotany, simply put, is the study of how people relate to plants and their surroundings. I am, of course, focused on medicinal plants. However, the discipline of ethnobotany also involves how people use plants for clothing, textiles, dyes, roofing material, rope, candles, and even religious rites and spiritual healing. Because the study of Amazonian plants, I have learned a great deal about Andean and Amazonian cosmovision. The entire country of Peru, currently the home base for my ethnobotanical studies, oozes spiritual connection with nature. From the practice of offering the first sip of chicha to Pachamama, their word for Mother Earth, to making offerings with beautiful fruit and flower-laden mesas to rid themselves of heavy energy, to communing with the apus, those spirit-like entities embodied in mountains and rivers. The people's daily lives display their close connection with the natural world around them. The mountains that surround my Cusco home are regarded as real beings, omnipresent, keeping guard over the towns below. Portlanders have long nicknamed Mount Hood the Guardian. A Native American name for this local apu is Waist, and the Columbia River is Inchiwana. In Incan philosophy, these apus contribute to the life of everything in the region. Let us be thankful then for Apu Waist, whose snow melts into the Inchiwana River, creating fertile matrices for our salmon runs, the berries, ferns, and herbs that shade its banks, and the ample rains that create this mossy emerald cathedral of cedar and fir. Cedar trees, Thuya placata, are one of the most iconic symbols of the Pacific Northwest. Cedars have fairly shallow roots for trees so dense and enormous. Cedars grow in communities such that even when the soil is boggy and the winter winds may blow fiercely, the stabilizing web of intertwined roots prevent the gentle giants from toppling over. May we learn from cedar to support one another. We are stronger together in communities. May we support those who are weak from disease or those whose voices are suppressed or disempowered. Be like cedar and bolster and buttress your community base to create a more stable world. I once attended a lecture by Dr. Bill Mitchell, one of the founders of Bastyr University, where he said that naturopathic physicians were like white blood cells, identifying disease, be it physical, issues with our food, the environment, the mental emotional landscape in the culture, and thereby promote health. NDs are like community-wide white blood cells, he said. Echinacea is a well-known herb that boosts white blood cell activity and thereby supports the immune system. Be like echinacea and call out that which is ill, polluted, or corrupt. The world desperately needs healers that work with food, that heal, that listen, that heal through supporting clean crops, forests, and waterways. While pharmaceutical medicine can certainly be life-saving and helpful, it is in fact based on petrochemicals. Petrochemicals can be manipulated to create a variety, in fact a myriad of synthetic compounds. In this era, there are probably few of us who have not imagined what horror it must feel like to live in war zones, Ukraine, Gaza, Sudan, and elsewhere, where there are no drugs, where there are no hospitals. The best chance for medical care is to be found with those who can heal with their own hands, the plants in their forests, those who grow food and make their own shelter. You may have all the degrees, fancy machines, diagnostic equipment, and $1,000 prescriptions, but if those become available, we still need those age-old traditional medical skills of bone setting, herbal medicine, midwifery, simple healing diets, and convalescent care. So back to that. So back to that lucrative career. People need your skills. Even if modern medical care is available, many people prefer natural medicine. Many people suffer side effects and can't tolerate pharmaceutical medicine. Many people are seeking those who know how to integrate all those best tools available, and that's you. In the US, iatrogenic illness, meaning illness that is caused by doctors or modern drugs, is estimated to be the third leading cause of death. Despite being one of the wealthiest nations, we are not the healthiest nation. We do not have the lowest infant mortality rate, maternal death rate, or the longest lifespans. In fact, far from it. Some of the longest-lived countries, the blue zones, are not long-lived because of their sophisticated medical systems. Instead, longevity appears linked to nature-based lifestyles, healthy food, and supportive communities. Like a grove of cedars, community that supports one another have less loneliness, drug abuse, and stress, with more resources and free time to help each other weather the storms. And each of you, dear graduates, need a community too. You need your state and national professional association. You need your office staff and business team. You need your family and significant others to rejuvenate, live, and laugh with. Where you might excel in holding sacred space for those who need you as a physician, never forget that your home life is more sacred, and it must be guarded. This is not being self-centered. This is keeping yourself centered. Nettle. Be like stinging nettles. Nettle, Urtica urin, are such nourishing plants you could live off the stuff. They are so packed with delicious goodness that every forest creature would gobble them up if they did not arm themselves with urticating hairs that itch and sting upon contact. Even though you can nourish and heal, don't forget to guard the time needed to create ease for yourself. Be like nettles and protect your personal time with a firm-edged perimeter, and don't let the world gobble you up. You will also need to make your finances work. I worry about my children and young adults today ever affording a house, much less having to pay off a student loan, invest in a new business at the same time. Another reason why community may be more important than ever is for economic survival. Share your overhead expenses where you can. If you possibly can, buy your real estate. Live upstairs and have a business downstairs. Go in together with like-minded people. Stagger your schedules. Have more than one income stream. Be like flax. Flax, Linum usitatissimum, is a very versatile plant. The word usitatissimum means the ultimate in utility, or the most useful. Flax seeds can be eaten, fed to livestock. The seeds can be pressed to yield oil to use as medicine, to burn in lamps, or to process into woodworking polish. And flax stalks are the source of fiber to make rope and linen fabric. Many uses for one plant. You don't have to do as many things as flax to be successful, but since it can take a little time to get a new business venture profitable, it may help to be versatile and have more than one income stream. Once you are rooted and photosynthesizing, you can focus on what you love the most. And what do you love the most? This profession is so diverse in how you might choose to practice and so flexible in how you might structure your business. You have a great deal of freedom to craft your life. You can be like willow. Salix, willow, can be shaped and bent into any form that you wish. Wicker baskets and furniture are made from willow boughs bent to serve. Ancient Wiccan philosophy relates to willow craft and posits that one can affect the surrounding world like bending pliable branches to conform to your will. It is an exciting time for you to wield your willow wands and create the life that you want. Be like willow. One of the things that I love the most is creating beauty. The world out there can certainly have some rough and ragged edges, and one approach to healing is to create a world in here where one's heart and mind can anchor us in beauty no matter what is going on out there. Our minds are wired to respond to beauty, and our senses react because beauty supports our survival. We salivate from tantalizing aromas, and bowls of fruit look appealing because our bodies need the nutrients they contain. We respond physically to beauty through our limbic system, and once sated, our survival is assured, at least for the moment. We can relax, think, learn, and heal. Surrounding yourself in beauty is healthy for your nervous system, just like being beautiful in order to attract bees and butterflies is healthy for a rose. Be like Rose, Rosus Damascus, that divine goddess of the garden whose velvety blush of petals harbors precious volatile oils and beckons pollinators from miles away. The skills and care you offer will be so beautiful that you can attract your community to you. Be like a rose family fruit, such as apples. From verdant tresses emerge fruits that the trees intend to give away. Having hundreds of apple saplings sprout beneath the mother apple tree would compete for resources and be harmful. Any orchardist knows not to let downed apples rot on the orchard floor, as it would bring disease. Apples intend for the fruits to be taken away and eaten. Apple, pear, cherry, apricot, peach, plum have all evolved to spread their seeds far and wide through the bellies of animals by encasing them in beautiful, aromatic, nutritive, juicy flesh that appeals to the deep survival instincts and sense organs of mammals. The rose family appeals, calls up its community, and offers up sustenance. Be like roses and offer your gifts for the taking, and your community will gratefully emerge and seek you out. Gentle graduates, all these plants are your allies. The standing green nation stands beside you. We, your colleagues, your community, are here to support you, celebrate you, and welcome you into the role of being not just a doctor, but a force for healing on our beloved Mother Earth. The earth needs you. Be like roses. Be like nettles. Be like flax. Be like willow. Be like cedar. Be blessed. Blessed be, and congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Stansbury, for those beautiful words, and thank you for inspiring me as a student and for continuing to inspire and mentor countless NUNM students. And now we come to the main event, the conferring of degrees. Students who are unable to be with us in person today will not be announced, but are listed in the commencement program. At this time, I would like to welcome back Dr. Heather Zwicky, Vice President of Research and Academic Excellence, who will be standing in for Dean Andrew Erlinson and will lead us in the awarding of degrees for the School of Undergraduate and Graduate Studies.
Thank you. Our graduates have selected Drs. Kimberly Queen and Chelsea Falk, who will hood students within the School of Undergraduate and Graduate Studies. Dr. Queen, Dr. Falk. Students, are you coming? As each student comes across the stage, they will be hooded by Dr. Falk and Dr. Queen, and then they're going to move to the center of the stage, and I'm going to ask you to hold your applause until the graduate is in the center of the stage. I'll read their name, and then I want you to burst into thunderous applause for every single one of them. Some of them have come from a long way away and don't have the size of the family that everybody has here, so if you can cheer on everyone, I would really appreciate it. Graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Nutrition and a Master's of Science in Nutrition, Brenda Torres Salcido. Very well done. You follow directions well. Graduating with a Master's of Science in Nutrition, Michelle Bilodeau. Graduating with a Master's of Science in Nutrition, Katie White. Graduating with a Master's of Science in Nutrition, Katie Jane Wicks. Graduating with a Master's of Science in Nutrition, Brooke Allison Zalewski. Graduating with a Master's of Science in Nutrition, Ross A. Enlow. Graduating with a Master's of Science in Nutrition, Chloe Octay. Graduating with a Master's of Science in Nutrition, Chandra Meeder. Graduating with a Master's of Science in Nutrition, Blaze R. Griesel. Graduating with a Master's of Science in Nutrition, Rachel Casey. Graduating with a Master's of Science in Nutrition, Ethel Kabibi Akua Richards. Graduating with a Master of Science in Nutrition, Kayla Dixon Garcia. Graduating with a Master's of Science in Nutrition, Laura Dianis Gerald. Graduating with a Master's of Science in Nutrition, Isabella Mensenses Furaseth. Graduating with a Master's of Science in Nutrition, Leticia E. Anaya. Graduating with a Master's of Science in Nutrition, Addie Pascal. Graduating with a Master's of Science in Nutrition, Megan Kleinhans. Graduating with a Master's of Science in Nutrition, Wendy Hansen. Congratulations to the students who have graduated with their Masters of Science in Nutrition. I'd now like to welcome Dr. Andrew McIntyre, Dean of the College of Classical Chinese Medicine.
Thank you. Students who have simultaneously completed the requirements for 2 degrees will additionally receive a gold cord. This year's students have selected Professor Brant Stickley, who will present the hoods for the students receiving Chinese medicine degrees. Graduating with a Master's in Classical Chinese Medicine, Andrea Klodek. Graduating with a Master's in Classical Chinese Medicine, Eleanor C. Jones. Graduating with a Master's in Classical Chinese Medicine, Carrie Bow. Graduating with a doctorate in Classical Chinese Medicine, Dr. Cheryl Chen. Graduating with a doctorate in Classical Chinese Medicine, Dr. Bethany Lawson. Graduating with a doctorate in naturopathic medicine and a master's in classical Chinese medicine, Dr. Rosemary Gray. Congrats. Graduating with a doctorate in naturopathic medicine and a master's in classical Chinese medicine, Dr. Sarah B. Danko. Graduating with a doctorate in naturopathic medicine and a master's in classical Chinese medicine, Dr. Hannah Alder Rosenthal. Graduating with a doctorate of naturopathic medicine and a master's in classical Chinese medicine, Dr. Kelly Carolyn Price. Graduating with a doctorate of naturopathic medicine and a master's in classical Chinese medicine, Dr. Sierra N. Sullivan. Graduating with a doctorate of naturopathic medicine and a master's in classical Chinese medicine, Dr. Rachel Null. Graduating with a doctorate of naturopathic medicine and a master's in classical Chinese medicine, Dr. Rachel Peterson. Congratulations, graduates of the College of Classical Chinese Medicine. Please welcome Dr. Kelly Baltazar, Dean of the College of Naturopathic Medicine.
Congratulations. Students who have simultaneously completed the requirements for 2 degrees will additionally receive a gold cord. Please hold your applause until I finish reading each graduate's name. Doctors Amy Bader and Tammy Ashney will present hoods for the Doctor of Naturopathic Medicine degrees. Graduating with a doctorate of naturopathic medicine, Dr. Tia Justice Hernandez. Graduating with a doctorate of naturopathic medicine, Dr. Rachel Frances Schofield. Graduating with a doctorate of naturopathic medicine, Dr. Victoria Louise Caulfield. Graduating with a doctorate of naturopathic medicine, Dr. Zoe Freebairn. Graduating with a doctorate of naturopathic medicine, Dr. Mallory Rose. Graduating with a doctorate of naturopathic medicine, Dr. Michelle Kwok. Graduating with a doctorate of naturopathic medicine, Dr. Ilana Lewis. Graduating with a doctorate of naturopathic medicine, Dr. Laura Elizabeth Clevenger. Graduating with a doctorate of naturopathic medicine, Dr. Alexandria Marie Devereaux. Graduating with a doctorate of naturopathic medicine, Dr. Carly Martin. Graduating with a doctorate of naturopathic medicine, Dr. Arvin Ganavati. Graduating with a doctorate of naturopathic medicine, Dr. Rebecca Lynn Moraney. Graduating with a doctorate of naturopathic medicine, Dr. Liz McAuliffe. Graduating with a doctorate of naturopathic medicine, Dr. Olivia Nicole Bowie. Graduating with a doctorate of naturopathic medicine, Dr. Sarah Imam. Graduating with a doctorate of naturopathic medicine, Dr. Kristen Connolly. Graduating with a doctorate of naturopathic medicine, Dr. Yolanda Marie Fernandez Soltero. Graduating with a doctorate of naturopathic medicine, Dr. Shalane A. Oglesby. Graduating with a doctorate of naturopathic medicine, Dr. Haley Duffy. Graduating with a doctorate of naturopathic medicine and a certificate in naturopathic childbirth and midwifery, Dr. Hannah Preston Powers. Graduating with the Doctorate of Naturopathic Medicine, Dr. Brianne Downing. Graduating with the Doctorate of Naturopathic Medicine, Dr. Hannah Huntley Ruisi. Graduating with the Doctorate of Naturopathic Medicine, Dr. Alexis Marie Chung. Graduating with the Doctorate of Naturopathic Medicine, Dr. Miles French. Graduating with the Doctorate of Naturopathic Medicine, Dr. Jillian Ramirez. Graduating with the Doctorate of Naturopathic Medicine, Dr. Evelyn Flores. Graduating with a Doctorate of Naturopathic Medicine and a Master of Science in Nutrition, Dr. Estefany Rusheen Ruiz. Graduating with a Doctorate of Naturopathic Medicine and a Master of Science in Clinical Nutrition, Dr. Johnny Lamau. Graduating with a Doctorate of Naturopathic Medicine and a Master of Science in Clinical Nutrition, Dr. Alex M. Cullen. Graduating with the Doctorate of Naturopathic Medicine and a Master of Science in Clinical Research, Dr. Srikanth Kalluri. Graduating with a Doctorate of Naturopathic Medicine and a Master of Science in Clinical Research, Dr. Sierra Solnick. Graduating with a Doctorate of Naturopathic Medicine and a Master of Science in Clinical Research, Dr. Hannah Lemons. Congratulations to everyone once again.
I've been attending graduation here since 2008 when my sister was one of you. and I've never been able not to get a little teary-eyed, so sorry, that was off script. Okay, we now begin the conferring of degrees. This moment marks the transition for these individuals from student to professional life that awaits each of them. Dr. Baltazar, there you are. Please present the degree candidates to the board chair, Dr. Noel Snodgrass, and myself, who will officially and legally confer our acceptance of the candidates.
Candidates for master's and doctorate degrees, please rise at this time if you are able. On behalf of the NUNM deans and faculty, I have the honor to present to you the students graduating from the Schools of Undergraduate and Graduate Studies, College of Classical Chinese Medicine, and the College of Naturopathic Medicine class of 2024. Each of these candidates has met the academic and clinical requirements for their respective degrees.
And here come the magic words. On behalf of the faculty, my colleagues, and by virtue of the authority entrusted to me by the Board of Directors of the National University of Natural Medicine, acting in accordance with the laws of the state of Oregon, I hereby grant you the degrees of which you have completed all the requirements, and hope that your learning would lead you to advance knowledge in and enrich the practice of your chosen fields. Congratulations.
I now invite Dr. Fruhoff and Dean McIntyre back to the podium. They will administer the classical Chinese medicine oath first in English, then in Chinese. And you can sit.
Chinese medicine graduates, please stand and remain standing to acknowledge your acceptance of this oath. All alumni who would like to participate are invited to stand and join your newest colleagues in reciting the oath. Repeat after me. I promise to follow the way of the great physician. I will strive to live in harmony with nature and teach my patients to do the same. I will stay calm and completely committed when treating disease. I will not give way to personal wishes and desires, but above all else, hold and nurture a deep feeling of compassion. I will be devoted to the task of saving the sacred spark of life in every creature that still carries it. I will strive to maintain a clear mind and be willing to hold myself to the highest standards. It will be my duty to diagnose sufferings and treat disease. I will not be boastful about my skills and not driven by greed for material things. Above all, I will keep an open heart. As I move on the right path, I will receive great happiness as a reward without asking for anything in return. Thank you. I'd like to introduce Dr. Heiner Fruhoff, founding professor of the College of Classical Chinese Medicine, who will present the oath in Chinese.
And now the original Chinese version, as it was written 1400 years ago by the great scholar-physician Sun Simiao. Repeat after me. 我誓愿循大义之道，与天地混为一体，博极一元，诲人不倦，反正直疾病，必安神定志，无欲无求，先发大慈恻隐之心，誓愿普救寒林之苦，我必诚身内视，望之俨然，生病诊疾，治益身心，不得视己所长，专心经略财物，但作救苦之心，于命运道中，自甘多福也。Congratulations.
I now invite the Dean of the Naturopathic Medicine Program and my esteemed colleague, Dr. Kelly Baltazar, to the podium to administer the Naturopathic Physician's Oath.
Naturopathic medicine graduates, please stand and remain standing to acknowledge your acceptance of the Naturopathic Physician's Oath. All alumni who would like to participate are invited to stand and join your newest colleagues in reciting the oath. Please repeat after me. I dedicate myself to the service of humanity as a practitioner of the art and science of naturopathic medicine. I will honor my teachers and all who have preserved and developed this knowledge, and dedicate myself to supporting growth and evolution of naturopathic medicine. I will endeavor to continually improve my abilities as a healer through study, reflection, and genuine concern for humanity. I will impart knowledge of the advanced healing arts to dedicated colleagues and students through precept, lecture, and example. I will assist and encourage others to strengthen their health, reduce risks for disease, and preserve the health of our planet. For ourselves, our families, and future generations. According to my best ability and judgment. I will use methods of treatment which follow the principles of naturopathic medicine. First of all, do no harm. To act in cooperation with the healing power of nature. To address the fundamental cause of disease. To heal the whole person through individualized treatment. To teach the principles of healthy living and preventive medicine. I will conduct my life and the practice of naturopathic healthcare with vigilance, integrity, and freedom from prejudice. I will abstain from voluntary acts of injustice and corruption. I will keep confidential whatever I am privileged to witness. Whether professionally or privately, that should not be divulged. With my whole heart, before this gathering of witnesses, as a doctor of naturopathic medicine, I pledge to remain true to this oath. Thank you.
I now invite Dr. Kimberly Winstar to come forward to give the benediction.
Congratulations, class of 2024. You did it. It is such an honor to be asked to do this, and I'm so happy to be here with you today. In closing, perhaps you could close your eyes, all of the graduates and their loved ones, and just take a moment to connect with your heart and yourself and your breath. And let these words in if it feels right. Let all the sentinel beings be with you today, the ancient ones, the elders, the medical sages, the angels, the spirit guides, and nature spirits. Let them all be present for you, graduates, embracing each one of you as you walk through the final threshold of your journey into your future. May you open your hearts and allow the nourishment to fill you full, for today is your day. It is your day to be fully seen and received for who you truly have become, and become you have. Let the ancient ones fill you with light. Let them illuminate the dark places of uncertainty so that you will stand in sureness. Let the elders and medical sages whisper the wisdom of the past. May they guide your mind in times of unknowing so that you will be given the knowledge you need. Let the angels fill your hearts with love, that they may melt your sorrow and pain so that you may embrace the wounds of others completely. Let the spirit guide stand beside you and remind you of the brilliance of your intuition. Let the nature spirits hold you close to the earth. May they remind you to come back to your roots so that you have the power of nature in your healing work with others. It is your time. Let all of us celebrate your becoming, your emergence into the world as physicians and practitioners. As you venture onto your new path, remember these sentinel beings, and you will never be alone on your journey. You will be held with compassion, nurtured with love, and given all you need to hold healing intention. The world is waiting for you. When you feel ready, you can open your eyes, take all the time you need, and congratulations and thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Winstar. Graduates, as you prepare to embark on this new chapter, armed with the knowledge and values instilled in you by this esteemed institution, I urge you to embrace the immense potential that you hold. You are the torchbearers of the future, where holistic health and well-being take center stage. Your unique perspectives, innovative approaches, and compassionate care will reshape the landscape of healthcare, providing a more comprehensive and integrated approach to wellness. I'm thrilled to welcome you to the ranks of NUNM alumni and look forward to calling you my colleagues. Now, will all who are able please stand and join me in a final round of applause for today's graduates, the NUNM class of 2024. And if you haven't already, please flip your tassels to the other side. All right, everyone, as we close today's ceremony, please allow the recessional party of faculty to leave first, followed by the graduates, and then family and friends may exit the hall. Thank you for celebrating with us today.
Thank you.